My name is Theodore Davidov. I'm 10 years old, and my favorite sport is tennis.
Quick with the forearm, elbow, wrist, quick, explosive. Good.
My name is Kalim Davidov. I'm Teo's father and coach.
Doing contrast training and work on rack rehab acceleration. No more than 10 seconds when we do contrast method, even less. Let's go. Max acceleration, elbow, wrist, up.
At first glance, Teo looks like most other nationally ranked juniors his age, but it's his rather unique playing style that is quickly catching people's attention these days.
Finish.
Teo was less than 7 days old when I put him on a massage table back home in Bulgaria, and he had flipped and he was on the other side of the table, which shocked me a little bit because physiologically this should not happen until kids are like 3, 4, 5 months old. He did it before he was even a week old. So I saw that this guy has some physical abilities.
I started playing tennis when I was about 2.5. My dad hung a ball from the ceiling. Then I just started swinging the ball, and then eventually we started practicing on the court. My dad pushes me a lot because he really wants me to become like the greatest in tennis and in life.
Teo is very fiery, very extroverted, very left hemisphere predominant person. So I was always looking for different methods to make him a little more balanced, to make him a better person, better version of himself. So I just decided to experiment.
I was about 8 when I started playing my lefty and my righty, 2 forehands.
Working with his lefty because it's still a little behind in its development. So he needs more repetition and more lefty forehands and serves compared to the right side.
As he started playing more with the lefty, I could tell, I could see some skepticism, wasting time, this and that.
First year especially was super hard because I would go to tournaments, I'd have to play my lefty, which is just like a couple months old, and then I'll lose first round to people who I'd beat with my righty easily.
And the truth is that his opponents have been doing him a favor because they play most of the time to his lefty, which was the little weaker side. But over time, by doing that, they're making his lefty stronger and bigger. There are a lot of fighting advantages with 2 forehands.
The first advantage is you can unbalance your opponent, all the time. I mean, you can give them different looks at the ball, different spins.
The opponent is going to receive a very fast, very aggressive ball. The angles especially, kids approach him and they think they've done enough, and then it turns out they've given him a great angle for a passing shot.
And then there's honestly very few weaknesses.
It'll be very hard to decide what to do if you're returning against him.
My lefty serve, it's different spin. And the one I hit with my righty and then the other one with my lefty, they get kind of confused. So I could change it up.
Short preparation.
But even those kind of strategic and technical advantages are not the biggest. Like, he brings more awareness also to his dominant side. Things that have become automated, he can explore in more details. It's a process of educating the non-dominant side and again re-educating the dominant also. So it's an interesting process.
As rare as Teo's playing style is on the court, off the court, his training regimen is just as unique.
What we just did is very beneficial on a physical and mental level for everyone.
It's helping me for tennis because it clears my mind from thoughts and bad emotions.
His mom usually would do a brief massage therapy before falling asleep. And I do acupuncture with electric stimulation many times on him. This is a very common treatment that I do for people with any tennis or gopher's elbow. So I'm connecting the electric stimulation to the
I feel it.
Okay. Nothing's hurting anymore, right?
I eat vegetarian food, organic.
We eat home-cooked vegetarian diet. So far, I've seen only positives. He has a big motor. He can train many hours. He could always go more than the other kids.
We'll be using the bungee cord to work on his speed, agility. Fast, hip flexion. Knees up, drive with the arm, drive with the arms.
I'm pretty good technically with the tennis, but now I need to work on mainly fitness because I need to be super strong, super fast.
For the past, let's say, a couple of years, he's been doing regular strength training, some calisthenics. climbing rope, gymnastic rings. He's been doing Olympic weightlifting for about a year and a half, and he was actually getting very good at it. And a few months ago, his coach told me one day that actually the numbers that he does were pretty much giving him second place in the US in Olympic weightlifting.
After a video of Teo went viral on social media earlier this year, he has backed up the hype, recently reaching the finals of the Boys 12 National Clay Courts at only the age of 10.
The main thing for me was to stay focused on the work. If he wants to reach higher levels of the game, he'll always be under this type of pressure, so he'd better have the opportunity to train with that pressure.
The Davidoff family has recently moved from Denver, Colorado to Bradenton, Florida, with the sole intention to provide Teo with an optimal training environment to further develop his talents.
Florida, there's so much competition. Every weekend there's a tournament, really good kids at the academy here.
He's got a really, really unique game, and even as a coach, it's really unique to coach him. When you ask, okay, let's work on his forehand, which forehand, or which backhand, or you come to the net, what you're going to do is you're going to hit a lefty volley or righty volley.
He's only 10, and it's been already years of intense hard work.
We've been training 6 to 8 hours a day, like pretty much only lefty, because it needs to catch up a lot faster.
His righty forehand is very explosive. His lefty is catching up. It's getting closer and closer.
He really cares about me, and he wants me to always push myself, and he pushes me too.
Take it on the right, huh? Good one.
I take tennis as a form of yoga, a dynamic form of yoga in action, an activity to develop his personality and to make him a better person, rather than having some goals to make him a great player or a pro player. That is secondary. Whatever comes, we just can accept it. I'm trying to kind of cultivate contentment.